Well, the Chancellor's announced a considerable additional amount of public spending in the course of this budget, most of it obviously for health, but also some for other areas as well. And those are no longer falling in real terms, which is some people's definition of austerity, but different people take a different definition. Well, the windfall rises from about £12 billion this year to about £18 billion in 5 years' time. Primarily that comes because tax receipts are coming in stronger across the board this year than we anticipated back in March, and we also take a slightly more optimistic view about growth in employment over the next 5 years. Now, altogether that's about the largest favourable revision that we've made since December 2013, but it's about an average size revision for an autumn fiscal forecast. The Chancellor's choice was to spend the money or to save it, and he's chosen to spend it. Indeed, the Prime Minister had pretty much spent it for him already with her NHS announcement back in June. So he had a choice of whether to use the windfall to make further progress towards his stated objective of balancing the budget into 2025. He hasn't done that. He spent the money instead and is content with making as much progress against his shorter-term targets as he was expecting to do back in March. Well, our forecasts assume that there is an orderly exit from the EU next year. If you have a disorderly one, that's likely to have a severe short-term impact, at least, on the economy, on the public finances, on share prices, on the exchange rate. But it's very hard to calibrate exactly what size that would be because there's no precedent to look back on for guidance. Well, I think the Chancellor knew that he was presenting this budget with that, what an economist would call a tail risk, that possibility of a worse outcome there. But on the basis of a relatively orderly outcome, we have this picture of relatively stable economic growth over the next 5 years and the deficit continuing to edge down.